Hello everyone. Moi. Moi, right?
Yeah, moi moi. Yeah.
Moi moi.
So Joanna is a partner at the Innovation Home, and she has visited Finland often. She loves Finland and Lapland.
Yes, I do.
Levi. So Joanna, let our listeners to know how it is easy, why it's easy to entrepreneur, how it's easy to come as an entrepreneur to Singaporean market.
Right. I think in terms of getting to Singapore, it's very easy. Over the years, the government has, Singapore is a very small country, and we are a very much open economy. So over the last 15 years, the government has really invested a lot of resources and investment in cultivating this whole innovation, this startup ecosystem. And it is very easy to start a company in Singapore. The whole incorporation process is, it takes less than a week. Now with the whole COVID situation, a lot of banks are going online, so you can actually open bank accounts if you're looking to come here to set up operation. So in that sense, because Singapore is very unique in the sense that we speak English, and then we also we are predominantly Chinese, and we are a mix of culture. We have Indians, Malays, Chinese, and then we have Eurasian. So we understand the cultural differences between the Western world and the Asian world. So it becomes very easy when English is the primary language. And if a startup is coming to Singapore, they usually use Singapore as a base to start from Singapore because it's so transparent. We have attracted many startups from all over the world trying to come to Singapore, and over the past few years we have many of them coming. And now with the situation of the sensitivity with China and America, there's a lot of entrepreneurs and businesses from China and Hong Kong also looking to come here. So the whole process is very easy. And us in Innovation Home, we provide the platform and the soft landing to handhold the startups who are interested to come here, either to do business development or come here to set up. It's a process that we can take you through very easily, and we can definitely help in that sense. Yes.
And then compared to Finland versus Singapore, the startup scene, what do you see? What are the differences?
I see, for me, having have been very lucky to go to Finland many times. I think the two countries, we are very similar in the work ethics and the values. Like, we value hard work, we are very determined, we want to make something out of it. And I think in Finland, what I learned is you are always looking for something new and innovative. And as a culture, you're very innovative. You're coming from a background of like engineering and stuff like that, right? So in Singapore, because traditionally, the culture is very much of when you grow up, you have to be a doctor, accountant, a lawyer, kind of thing. It has changed over the last 10 years because the government has given a lot of support to help young entrepreneurs to start their own business. And in this pandemic time, they've even invested a lot more funding in grants to help these young graduates from universities to start their own business. So in that sense, the startup ecosystem is getting very vibrant. I would say that, it's very interesting to see this whole, we get a lot of interest from all over, from Hong Kong, from Europe, like for entrepreneurs that wants to come here. So in that sense, I think Finland and Singapore is interesting because it's the red dot and the blue dot. And then we are here to kind of connect the dots, right?
Yeah, we are definitely here. We're making a highway between Finland and Singapore.
Yeah.
And we're taking you here like in our arms. So
yes,
here's the question. what would you suggest as the first step for a company wanting to enter the Asian market?
Well, if we are looking at Singapore as the landing pad, one very low risk approach is to be a virtual member here in Innovation Home, whereby then we are able to showcase your products or help you locally connect with the local ecosystem in a way that you have a presence here. And then if you're looking for a more committed, like after you do your market research locally and you say, yeah, that is viable, we want to be able to set up operations here, and then it is a process that we can guide you through. As I say, we have partners who can incorporate the companies, in a very fast, efficient manner. Everything is done online. It takes a week. For example, right now I'm actually helping a top VC from Japan that is looking to come to Singapore to set up his fund. And the process, everything is done online. He opened his bank account online, and in 1 week we got him the company set up. So it's relatively easy in that sense as compared to you go to Vietnam or to Thailand, where you have a different language and then you have to translate everything into a different language. So for entrepreneurs who wants to set up here and then use Singapore as the test bed, because Singapore market is very small. But if you use Singapore as a test bed and then you want to venture out to the region, for example, to Indonesia, to Thailand, it is a very good test bed for that purpose. Yeah.
Thank you.
Kiitos.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.